Hey guys, this is John McNamara, host of Running Vegas. We're talking local sports, business, real estate with my co-host, Mr.
Rodrigo. Always happy to be here, sir. Another week. Glad to have you back.
Yep, I've been gone.
I missed you, bro.
It was a long 12 days.
Yeah, it was very long. Yeah. Seemed like it was about 2.5 months. 2.5.
Oh, okay.
Exactly 15 days, not a month where there's 31 days, just 30 flat.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, sorry, man. I won't go that long next time.
Please.
Yeah.
Please,
I don't want you cheating me on the on the podcast. I'm not going to lie. I was a little jealous last Thursday.
Yeah, I would be too.
With another co-host.
It was a lot of fun, bro. It was a lot of fun. I would be.
Don't have too much fun.
Never without you. No, but it was good. It was good. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I don't want you to go away anymore, but I guess it's not a problem necessarily.
This is not helping my confidence at all.
You know, I'm very solution based.
I noticed. Well, it seems like you and Travis had a good time.
No, it was. Shout out Travis and the Mac team. Yeah. Always keeping it down, holding it down here. But no, it was a great time. Yeah.
Cool.
Great time with them. Good to have you back. You know, we've been catching up. So
thank you and Travis holding the fort down.
For sure. Awesome. A lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about today. Last couple weeks. We got UNLV basketball, UNLV football.
Man.
We got real estate. What's going on with interest rates?
Oh, man. Interest rates. They just keep messing with our hearts, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
Like to keep us on edge.
It's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
I've lost more hair this year than any of my other 5 years.
That's what happened, yeah.
Right.
Blame it on the interest rates.
Yeah. All right, let's make the shift here. So what is going on with UNLV?
All right, UNLV basketball. The drama continues.
I guess everything is drama-filled, man.
Is D-Don staying? Is he going?
Yeah, I don't know if the viewers keep up with what they're doing with their social media, but it's like they tease us. They say that D-Don may be running it back. They don't officially say it, and they continue to move this story forward as, you know, it being up in the air. It's funny, and every other player on the team has confirmed or committed, or they've done a good job posting about it. But of course, D-Don remains unknown. Yeah,
so he hasn't officially committed to come back yet, at least to the public.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's going to stay.
I mean, with all those water commercials that he's putting out for. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't seen them
water. Oh, he's in a couple. What is it? Our water district. What
good. Okay, he's getting those NIL deals.
Yeah, he's like, only water 3 times, or else I'm only going to be put in the game 12 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole game if you're watering your plants.
Works for me. I'm never watering. I got to make sure I get 35 minutes out of D-Don all season long.
Desert landscape. No, but he is, he's been promoting it. I think he posted it on it today, his little commercial that he has, you know, for being aware of the water rights and the water situation.
Yeah, and I saw the collaboration. You showed it to me. They did collab on Instagram too, UNLV basketball and D-Don and UNLV. Yeah. So, you know, there's hints there and there. I would say, this is what I'm hoping for. Maybe it's just because I'm a UNLV homer, right? But we haven't really had like the big signings yet for transfers. I'm hoping there's going to be like 2 big transfers and he commits. And maybe he's kind of waiting on that because right now the roster doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be better next year. It's kind of like it might be a little bit worse. It might be kind of, you know?
Yeah.
So we've had 2 transfers just in the last couple days. The first one is Jace Whiting from Boise State. He is a combo guard. He shot 50% from his 3-point last year.
Wow.
He only played a couple minutes a game for Boise.
Oh, wow.
He was off the bench. Actually, I think he probably averaged like 10 minutes a game or something like that.
Okay.
Give or take, and he scored about 3 points. So he's that guy you can do that pull-up shot if he's open. He might be the backup point guard for D-Don next year.
Gotcha.
I don't think UNLV fans were super excited about the transfer. I do like it. Hey, Boise State's been in the tournament the last 2 years. So per everything I read, it was He was probably like their 6th, 7th, one of their best players off the bench. So
yeah.
he'll definitely have a role at UNLV. I don't see him being a starter, but he might be a good fit for Didon gets in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Or, he has to go up, take those free throws. So he seems like a really good role player. And honestly, like, what major point guard are we going to get to come in? Because they know, like, hey, Didon's here. He's getting 35 minutes a game. There's not a lot of time for the point guard position. So I think it's a solid signing.
Nice.
Rotational player. I think the bigger signing was Jaden Henley from DePaul. And the year before that, he played for Minnesota. And he averaged about 8 points a game. I think he played over 20 minutes. So he was one of the better players, like a starter for, I believe, DePaul and Minnesota. So I could see him coming in, being either a starting wing or maybe one of our top guys off the bench. Might be more of a defensive player. He's a big wing, 6'7", 200 pounds. But not a lot of scoring, so we'll see. I like it when we get transfers from power conference, Big East, Big Ten.
Yeah.
2 best basketball conferences in college basketball right now, right? So usually when a player comes down, they tend to do better versus the other way around.
Yeah.
I've seen too many kids from the WCC average 24 points, come to Mountain West, and then they disappear.
Yeah.
So he's going to be playing against, he's been playing against the highest caliber players for the last 2 years. So I have some hope for him that he could be a potential starter for us, impact player.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts?
No, I mean, good pickups. Still trying to determine the roster here. I mean, I'll take some bench, them bench players. Why not? Shout out to all the six mans out there contributing. But no, I agree. It's gonna be. When does the portal close officially? Like, because I guess there's still time for.
There's still time, yeah. So we have 2 scholarships left, and this is kind of what I think is happening. Is because we talked about it 2 weeks ago. The big rumor was Jefferson from St. Mary's, former top 100 recruit, starter for St. Mary's, was a top 25 team last year. Went to the NCAA tournament. Would be legit in the just automatically put him as a starter next year.
Yeah.
He played at Liberty, I believe, with Didon. So there's a lot of rumors that he might be coming. So if we could really we need a starting shooting guard.
Yeah.
Somebody who can shoot. So if we get him and somebody legit that could score, I would be very excited about this team going to next year. But we're kind of waiting in the wings still a little bit. So hopefully by next week, usually these things happen in the beginning of the transfer. So it's probably going to happen. Everything's probably going to be figured out in the next week or 2.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll keep our eyes out and root for the best. We tend to work with what we got.
Yeah.
What we got is always powerful and good. So
for sure.
We make it work. That's Vegas for you.
Yeah, Vegas, baby.
So did you catch that spring game for football?
I did not. I was on a cruise.
Oh, yes.
Actually, yeah, I was on the cruise. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I don't blame you.
I wish, though. I was hoping to watch it so you and I could literally sit down and do a whole analysis on it.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
No, it's all good.
There's no tape on it. I think that's intentional.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't blame the staff, too.
Right.
It is an advantage, you don't have tape and plays and all that. You can run like real live plays and everything.
Right.
So
Right. Trying to test their players, but yeah, I mean, defense came out on top.
They did, and not surprising, right? We talked about this a couple of weeks back that the defense looks like it's going to take another step.
Yeah.
The talent that has come in looks amazing, so we're excited about that. So we'll highlight the spring game for you. So the quarterback from Holy Cross, he hasn't transferred in yet. So we don't have like a true quarterback competition. I believe that's going to be figured out in August. The good news is, though, Haj Malik Williams, who is potentially one of the, could be potentially a starting quarterback. He's from Campbell. He transferred in. Pretty good athletic quarterback. Had 3 touchdowns. He got the ball. I guess he missed, from what I've been reading, kind of missed some accuracy issues. But at the end of the day, he scored 3 touchdowns. Corey Thompson, Jackpot McDaniels had some long touchdowns. I think that's very interesting. What I noticed with Odom, he's done a really good job against some top-end athletes in terms of just making big plays.
Yeah.
So that's what I heard out of it, and I thought it was really interesting. It's kind of fun. Freshman local running back Greg Burrell, he's from Desert Pines. He had a lot of big plays, too, at running back position.
Okay.
And we know last year, Jaden Thomas had like 12 touchdowns, true freshman, played well. I could totally see freshmen coming in playing. Odom doesn't care. He doesn't care if you're a senior freshman, can you play or not?
Right.
So some good signs from a freshman wide receiver McDaniels, a true sophomore Corey Thompson. And I liked Thompson last year. He kind of came in at the end of the year. I think he's about like 6'2". Mm-hmm. He looked like he was 160 pounds. Mm. He looked like a small guy, but he was fast.
Yeah.
And he caught the ball well. So I think we're going to have more explosive players for the offense this year, which is good.
Yeah. Well, good luck catching those guys. But no, they're going aggressively. Yeah. So that's good to see. And it comes down to who's willing to show up, right? Like come out during the lights. I think it's much different going into an arena like Allegiant Stadium now. So all of that comes into play. But I'm glad Coach, doesn't really discriminate based on are you a freshman or not, who's just showing up.
Yeah. Now, speaking Coach, he just got an extension. He got another year. He's going to be here for 28 per the contract. Well deserved.
2028.
To get UNLV in the Mountain West Championship game. It'll be an interesting year. If he can pull that again or potentially win a Mountain West Championship, he's probably gone. But he's done a great job so far, and it looks like the defense will be better next year. It sounds like we'll have more explosive plays next year on the offense, so we're really excited about it. And the schedule is way tougher. It's not a cupcake schedule. We're going to see some legit teams we play this year, so we'll see. Because you and I went to the Boise State game, and you could just tell the difference.
Oh, yeah. Man.
The talent with Boise State was just another level, and it really shows in football.
Yeah. They took over.
They were big, and they just moved us around. So, we're excited. I think Odom's done a great job with the program, and I'm really excited what next year's going to be. So.
Yeah. No, me too. That they need, not that they lack of identity, but we need to just change our identity and make sure confidently stepping up to these bigger teams or bigger schools. So
I think his philosophy, and he's obviously a defensive guy, is hey, we're going to have a great defense. We're going to run the ball well. And it sounds like he's got like 4 or 5 solid running backs going to come in next year.
Yeah.
And then we want a quarterback that's dual threat and then can get the football down the field for these fast receivers. So it's not an overcomplicated system, but we saw it last year work, and that was with some of his players. Mm-hmm. And the previous staff, and now I think he's easily, in terms of high school and transfers, by far the best on paper that I've seen in UNLV football in the last 15 years. So now they got to step up. They got to be hungry again.
Right.
They had a great year. You never know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors to it, but it sounds like we have depth. And we got some playmakers. So
it'll be exciting to watch. Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
All right. So we're talking about before, not the fun part of this podcast. Where are rates going? They're going up, which is,
they've been, they haven't been.
We should practice that before.
They haven't really been favored, our buyers out here, man. It's kind of gives us a little run for our money when they get a little better. And then they spike back again. So it's constant. It's a constant shift, and I can never imagine putting myself in the shoes of a buyer right now, where it's just, hey, one day you're writing an offer, it's 2 weeks later. That same price may not be the same monthly mortgage that you were looking at. So
key to lock in your interest rate, right? So if you find a house you want, lock in that rate. It's been interesting, and I was telling you earlier, I've been doing this for 19 years. March the market was super hot. Interest rates in the beginning were about 6.5, give or take. Now they're at 7.5, so they've almost gone up like a full point. in a short period of time. And we're still having a lot of showings. We're still getting offers, but it's like every 10 showings we have, we get an offer.
Yeah.
So the good news is if you want to sell, you can sell. You got to be a little bit more patient with the process. So lots of showing activity, which is good. You just got to be, and what I've noticed too is a lot of the folks that are buying, it's more investors than it's actually folks moving in. I get it, those interest rates are higher. You have a higher monthly payment.
Yeah.
And that's a hard pill to swallow. But this is what I will say, is we got a glimpse, and I'm actually super excited about this because March all of a sudden got red hot.
Yeah.
So we had a glimpse at an interest rate of about 6.5. What do we think is going to happen when all the projections are saying 5.5, give or take, in 2024, or 2025, excuse me, which is a year away? We got a glimpse already. What do you think is going to happen as soon as they get in the fives?
Oh, man.
So if you're a buyer out there, the question to ask yourself is, do you want to get the house where you kind of get your choice of what's out there, and then you could potentially refi down the road, right? Because the projections are they're going to be 1.5 to 2 points lower in the next year. Or do you wait? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they get 5.5, I mean, if we're already having like 30 showings on a home in a couple weeks, what the heck is it going to look like when interest rates come down? It's going to be craziness, and it's not going to be 1 or 2 offers. It's going to be 20 offers.
Yeah.
So if you're cash poor, so to speak, and you can do financing, this is the time for you to get in. I'm going to be honest with you, because as we know, cash is king. When there's lots of offers, that's what sellers and agents are looking for.
Yeah.
Because they want the deal to go through, right? It gives them the best opportunity.
Yeah.
So I think it's an opportunity for real estate agents out there to build your market share, because we got a whole month of this, what it's going to potentially look like. And it's be red hot. You got to build that market share right now.
That's a good point. Yeah, we got a little preview what will happen when interest rates do get into below 6 and around a 5.5. One thing that always comes to mind too, aside from just avoiding the competition, because yes, once rates drop back below 6, you're going to have to write an offer before you even see the home. And this is a realistic scenario. Like, we went through this after the pandemic.
Yeah.
But, what also a lot of buyers forget, if you are coming in, with a down payment, maybe less than 5% or less, kind of on the lower side, those offers get neglected right away.
Yeah.
So even though you may have good credit, the financing looks good, you're getting a good interest rate, because you may be putting lower down payment down when you have 11 offers on the table. Even though they may all be financed, you're going to get pushed away. So I had this conversation with a client recently where I was like, hey, you're kind of, she's coming in with everything she can for this down payment, and I believe she's coming in with 3.5%. But realistically, once these rates gets better and it gets more and more competitive, those are going to be the offers that go away really fast. And she's she's offering good offers at list. So, it's something to keep in mind. Yeah,
honestly, the prices are fair. I mean, prices haven't really gone up. We've just kind of been flat, give or take, for probably about 3 months now.
Yeah.
I do still kind of expect some appreciation for the spring. But yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to get in before it does, because this reality, and we hear it all the time from buyers, right, is like right now, well, my monthly payments are too high. I don't want to do it. Totally understandable. A year from now, well, there's too many offers. I can't get my offer accepted. Absolutely. So you kind of have to pick, which one. You kind of just, what I always recommend, buy the house, buy the investment, move forward, right? Because the reality, and I know myself, and I personally bought 5 homes myself, and every time it was scary.
Yeah.
And my monkey mind is going. And yes, the first couple of years, no matter what market, if it was 10 years ago or 10 years from now, the payment is always a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And, It is scary, and you don't have a lot of equity right in the beginning, but you got to take that chance. If you don't take the chance, you don't have the opportunity. And all the projections are saying 5 years from now, median sale price about 450. The projections are like Las Vegas is going to be somewhere probably between 600, 650,000. So if you can keep that payment going for a 5-year period, you may just made $150,000 to $200,000 equity.
Yeah.
So I don't see this going away. Like, people are still moving from California and buying these cash.
Yeah.
We put 3 under contract this week, all cash.
Yeah.
And that's another thing to keep in mind. Investors are not shying away.
No.
Investors are buying. Investors are usually good at money and market prediction.
Right, analyzing it.
So if the investors are okay with these prices, keep that in mind. They think they're getting a deal.
Yeah,
so
that's a good sign. Exactly. That's a great point. Yeah. If people are still doubling down in the market, in the real estate, then those are healthy, good signs that people should follow. The public should see.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. And reality too is when the market gets better, rent prices are gonna go up.
Yeah.
There'll be more people in town. More people moving into town, and reality is landlords will also move with the market. So
yeah, rental prices will definitely. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, we're seeing in Summerlin already. They've gone up over the years, but yeah, the great news is once you lock in your mortgage, that's what it is. It might be higher now, and you're going to refi it down the road, but then it's fixed.
Yeah.
So you got to pick your battles, because if you rent, there's nothing wrong with renting. Reality is it's not an investment for you though, and you're not going to make money off of it. It's going nowhere, And of course, try to get a nice place to live. But if you can take that 5-10 commitment to yourself or your family, whatever that looks like, and you can potentially have 100, 200,000 in the future. I know it's changed my life financially.
Yeah.
It's a good way to be committed to saving money.
Oh, there you go.
Because not all of us are good savers, and that's okay. Investing in real estate is a really good way where it's like you're treated like a bank account. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
So
it's a good way of forced savings. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not good at saving. I'll speak for myself. But speaking about battles, man, have you been keeping up with the Golden Knights?
Little bit. Congrats to the Knights making the playoffs.
Yep. Go Chance.
Yeah.
You know who Chance is?
He's the mascot, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the answer to that too?
No, yeah, of course, bro.
Okay.
Got like a little dog now too that's part of the group. But no, shout out to the Golden. No, they
now I just got it. Okay, that's an inside joke. I got it.
Golden Knights are in the playoffs. Today is the last game of the season. So at least we're in, and it's good to have the defending champs back with the playoff run. So we'll definitely see. Feel like they've been on and off, but
Yeah. It'll be fun, and we're going to talk more about Knights and Raiders going to next week, because obviously Knights and playoffs. We're excited to watch the games, give you a little analysis on that, and then Raiders. The draft is next week, so we'll probably give you a kind of preview on that one. But yeah, looking at the Knights, it's really like the Western Conference this year is kind of interesting. So looking at the standings, literally from like the 2nd seed to the 8th seed, they're all within 10 points.
Right.
None of these teams have pulled away, and even the first place team, it's nothing impressive.
Yeah.
A couple years ago or last year, maybe that would have been like a 2nd or 3rd place team. So there isn't like this dominant Western Conference team. And watching hockey almost all my life, it's interesting because it's really like what goaltender gets hot. And this seems like the perfect year for that. So we'll see who gets hot. And then they play tonight or tomorrow. I can't remember. But tonight, actually.
Tonight is their final
Shout out
game.
to my buddy Luke. He's going to the game.
Woo!
But yeah, if they win, I believe they get the 6th seed versus the 7th. I don't know if that's that big of a deal, but
yeah, it'll be good. I'm just happy for some hockey playoff postseason. Yeah,
it'll be fun. Hockey playoffs is the best.
Yeah.
So I get more into it. Hockey, baseball, basketball, it's a long season. That's why I like football. Like every game counts, but the reality is when you're playing 80, 86 games.
Yeah.
160, whatever it is in freaking baseball. It's like,
they get lost a little bit.
Until the playoffs hit, then you actually see, and I think the Knights, and they did this last year too, is they I don't know if, obviously you want the number one seed because you get home ice, but it seems like they're strategic because some of their players, like Stone, a couple other players, they rest them, put them on IR or whatever, They're they maneuver things so we're good enough to get in the playoffs, and then, hey, we got 4 really good players on this team. If we can keep them all healthy, we have a shot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Strategically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to rest up the players and have the most energy. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be on the lookout for that. Should be good fun. So, do you have any, I know kind of shifting into football, do you have any predictions on who the Raiders may pick up for this draft? Or
I'm hoping it's quarterback.
Yeah.
So we got, right now it's Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. And I think they're both fine backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I think this is a good rookie class. And fortunately, the top 2 are, Caleb Williams and Jane Daniels look elite. They look like they're going to be top 5 quarterbacks in the league, maybe top 10. And then other guys like Nix, Penix, McCarthy, they look like they have some potential. They look like potential top 20 quarterbacks. To me, if I have to make a prediction, it's gonna be Penix.
Okay.
The kid's got an arm, and I think he fits well with what they want to do because what they want to do is kind of like the Rebels. They want to play great defense and run the ball. And have a guy that can throw it down the field. So, fortunately, with Minshew and O'Connell, they don't have arms,
Yeah.
I think they do a lot with their talent. They move the ball. It seems like they have good credentials, like as leaders, which I like too. But talent-wise, Penix would absolutely be a better talent.
Okay.
He's not super mobile. But he's interesting. Bo Nix is interesting too. He's a little bit more athletic. He kind of can do everything. J.J. McCarthy from Michigan. Harbaugh didn't have him throw a lot. Really great athlete. So he probably has the most upside as the third quarterback coming off the board.
Okay.
But you're also risking because you didn't get to see him play a lot. He won a national championship, but they also ran the ball 35 times a game and had him throw 15 times. So
yeah.
So my prediction is Penix. Do you have a prediction?
No, I do not.
There's too many options in your head right now. You can't pick one.
I'm lost. I'm still, I'm still in the first segment of this podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
That's how I live my life, always in the first quarter.
I hope they select Barry Odom.
I was gonna comment something, but I'm gonna keep it for later.
Good.
Yeah. Anything else you want to let the public know?
I think that's it for today. I think we covered
all the bases. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So next week we'll be talking Raiders Knights. Tune in. I want to thank best co-host in the business.
Thank you. I do want to take this opportunity to give our viewer that watches us the most, believe it or not.
Who's that?
It's my niece, Brooklyn Tipacti. So
oh, Brooklyn!
I know she's gonna be fast forwarding to this podcast because that's how she does it. She'll just fast forward and she's like, I did not hear my name.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Shout out to Brooklyn. Keep doing your thing, girl.
Yes, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. So, and keep him accountable.
Oh no. We'll talk.
He better be giving you a shout out on every podcast.
We'll talk accountability later. That's a conversation for later as well.
All right, guys. This is Rod in Vegas, and take care of yourself today.
Thank you.